And it's the
Okay.
semi-final as well, so that's always great. Just going to check. Good thing I checked the overlay was off because it wasn't. We're going to leave the computer lines up in the corner because they only got about 4 in-game minutes last time. So check out the sponsors, guys, and keep an eye out for the different logos which rotate around between games. So Belvoir, take us
In
away.
the bottom left position here on Cloud Kingdom, this is the staple map for all tournaments because it is just super great. We have the Protoss player JayPower, who in the past games we casted demonstrated very high skill level. Let's see how he does against
aGaham, our Pink Zerg player who we just saw previously taking down the last Protoss. And you know, I'd like to say I don't think we saw the real depth of his PvZ or his ZVP even. I really think we've got a lot more to see from this guy than what we saw in that last series, which isn't to say anything about how he played. I just think it was kind of the way the game's played. I think he's got a lot more to show us. So there's a reason he's here in the semi-finals, and let's see what it is here going into this game. And he's drone scouting once again, and he's going to be able to scout that it's not going to be the Forge Expand.
Yep, it is going to be an in-base gateway. This is I'm always interested to see this because you know it has a lot of variability to it. You can expand, follow that up with a forge, or follow that up with a cybercore, which is what it looks like to be because we see a JayPower taking a gas. Meanwhile, we do have a ballsy move here out of aGaham. He's going for a hatch first. Of course, you know, you can do that because he saw the...
Gateway.
Did he actually? Yeah, he saw the gateway.
Because he scouted really early, so... scouting
So
early
nice
here
response.
Yeah, scouted early enough to see that gateway, and so he's going to go for the hatch first. He's also going for a gas steal in his opponent's base. I'm not sure if he going to let that finish. It looks like... Yes, he will. So just making sure his opponent doesn't go for double gas very quickly. Not that I really ever expect that to come from him.
No, he wasn't going for that gas anyways.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
don't
only
think
2
so.
probes in gas. He's going to be wanting to expand as soon as possible. Only mining enough gas to get that warp gate up and going. But yeah, I expect him to leave those 2 probes in that gas for quite a long time. Get up his forge, maybe 2 additional gateways. We'll have to see which route he takes.
Indeed. Probe coming around scouting, seeing that hatch a lot earlier than usual. The pool's about to finish up as well. And the Overlord is in a position to spot for the natural coming down, which is going to be pretty important, of course. You know, you want to see when exactly the natural comes down, so you know how safe you are to take a third base. And right now, I'm surprised. I'd like to see kind of aGaham maybe taking a gas, start getting that speed up. If he doesn't take it and he goes for a very fast third base anyways, because he sees the expansion soon enough, he might be okay. But of course, you still have to be careful from the early gateway units that can come out from the gateway expand.
Well, if he goes for a quick third, I think JayPower will be in a prime position to punish that third really heavily because I mean his warp gate is halfway down. He's even chrono boosting it. Nexus
Nice
just went
surround.
down.
Really nice surround
Yeah.
on the probe there with them 4 links. And you know that just takes away a little bit of the threat of proxy pylons. It means these links can go straight across the map or can start taking the towers instead of having to run around try and find the probe. So it's just a little thing off of his mind.
Nice response here yet again from aGaham. He's making all the right calls so far, not taking the third base. Building a spine crawler, the first Stalker is going to run into that, and that Zealot with that Stalker with 2 queens defending and 1 spine crawler, there is absolutely nothing they can do, especially with those links returning on. And meanwhile, aGaham, all he's doing, he's droning. The gateways are finishing up here for JayPower, and he already has a interesting follow-up, a Stargate on the way. He knows there is no third base, so he can put a lot of pressure right now on aGaham. No speed. Double gas is being taken. If he gets out a Void Ray or even like a couple of Phoenixes, he can do considerable amounts of damage to the Zerg.
Yeah, as a player, you know, he's only got 3 queens up. He might not be expecting the Stargate play, and some Phoenix are going to come out. You know, if he accompanied with a Void Ray, he could very possibly maybe do a lot of damage to that third base because the creep's not there already. There's not already a queen there and so on. And you know, that could work out well, but JayPower for now just getting them Phoenix out, as is pretty standard, and he's not going to lose too much by not getting Void Ray out, and these Phoenix are just searching for overlords. Like,
oh, he revealed that Phoenix.
yeah.
Well, I do not know if I think this is a good idea, because I mean 2 evolution chambers are going down. The spores will not be up in time, but he can start producing. aGaham can start producing more queens to defend versus this.
He does get supply blocked.
Yeah, he does.
Have an overlord in production, which is a little bit. Well, it's not a little mistake. It's quite a big mistake, in fact, because not to put down on things, but
well, he doesn't have money for it.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he's starting to pull these upgrades, but. There's some overlords. He needs the extra queens out, because if these Phoenix lift queens which are out of position, he's going to find himself in a tough spot in terms of denying Phoenix. So needs to be careful with his queens. As the
I have never seen a play such as this. I mean, one gateway expand into a Stargate into a Twilight. Whoa, this is like, I absolutely love what JayPower is doing here right now. It's almost as if he's not playing the game, he's playing his opponent. Lair is going up for aGaham. Spore crawlers are up in the base, but they are just protecting the main mineral lines, not protecting the gases and the outskirts. That defense is left to the queens. There are 3 of them out. But more drones getting picked off by these Phoenixes. A very nice job there by JayPower, constantly staying annoying with those Phoenixes. And 3 more gates coming out, Blink coming out, so this might be a 2-base timing with Blink Soakers.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. I mean, I think it's going to be really strong, because the 3rd base of his opponents never really got going at all. That queen should get picked off. Yeah,
nice
he's going to get that, and now he's going to turn around. Still only taking shield damage on them Phoenix. The Hydra extends on the way, though, and that's going to be a pretty good counter to a 2-gate Blink Stalker play. 2 gates plus 2 7-gate Blink Stalkers. 5 more gateways now come on down, taking us up to 6. And I'm kind of intrigued, because if the Phoenix can kind of maybe lift a few of the Hydras and take out the majority of them, it should be okay. But Hydras do
I'd say
good
that. I'd say that Blink Stalkers with +2 attack do very, very well versus Hydras if you constantly blink. It all comes down to how many Hydras are you facing. So this will depend on the timing of the attack, and the proxy balance are already down. First warpins have happened, and it looks like JayPower will just start attacking, not waiting for those warp gates to finish.
I get the feeling 10 Hydras on their own is not going to be the best. Like, if they had roaches ahead of them, like, sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Phoenix are going to start seeing them Hydras now. So he knows what he's up against. He's going to be able to pick an engagement which favors him against that composition. And JayPower getting ready to go. Is +2, you know, about a minute away, but he can afford to start attacking before that if he would like to do so. The Hydras are starting to mass out. Yeah, he's going to have to before the Hydras get too many Hydras. The Guardian Shield comes down, picks up 2 of the Hydras, and that's really nice. The Hydra's not really worth that one Phoenix, I don't think, in this situation, because they're so important and there's not really enough of them. Another Phoenix goes down, JayPower being very careful here, warping in another Zealot. And again, there's just nothing really to tank for these Hydras, so they're going to die very, very quickly. And the 3rd base, there's just nothing really here to hold as the Hydra's going to start coming under attack here, the Zealot's coming in. And JayPower going to start storming through the 3rd.
Yeah, very nice micro though with these Hydras, avoiding all those Zealots, and right now JayPower needs to start blinking like a boss, because those Hydras stayed alive throughout all this time. Phoenixes have to help in this fight to pick up some of these Hydras, because roaches are coming in, and JayPower cannot let the situation get out of control. Right now aGaham smells that he can push back the Protoss army, he's cutting forward. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of micro battles here before the situation is resolved.
The base is on really low health, but I think aGaham's got enough to just straight up take this army back. And GG is actually
that's GG double from JayPower. Nice build order, but very good defense by